Welcome back to Nebraska Hoop Talk. This is the show where we talk to some of the best ballers and recruits from high school basketball in the great state of Nebraska. This is episode 3, and I'm Jake from Nebraska Talk. And along with me, I have Jamin from 402 Hoops. How you doing, Jamin?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing great. Well, we've got a special guest here, and I know you personally know him. Our special guest is sophomore Connor Millikan from Platteview. Welcome to the show, Connor.
Thank you.
Connor, fill us in a little bit about you and your career so far at Platteview.
Okay, so I grew up going to the Platteview community schools and all like that. I went to the middle school, Platteview Middle School, and then I came in as a freshman, started, averaged 19, had a good season, then my sophomore year, and that's where I'm at now.
Very nice. What goals do you have coming off your freshman year, going into your sophomore year? What goals did you set for yourself?
Oh, geez. Really wanted to make the state tournament this year. And I was wanting to break 1,000 career points this year, break the single season scoring record at Platteview. And that's about it, yeah.
So do you think so this past summer you played your first year with OSA. Do you think how is playing with OSA impacting your high school game?
Oh, geez. It starts with practicing against guys like Josiah, Tate, Ryland, Jackson, Trey. They all make me so much better.
Has COVID affected your training in the off season or even your focus into this year?
Not really. I know a guy named Cody Levinson, and he works at GV, so he owns the place, so I can get in with him whenever I want, really.
What do you think you have improved on this season that might have been a weak spot your freshman year? So what have you tweaked, and what have you seen that you've become better at?
Turning the ball over. I turned the ball over a lot as a freshman, I'd say. And just kind of like slowing the game down now that I handle the ball like primarily for this team and like controlling the game more. And then I'd say rebounding too. My rebounding numbers went up a lot this year.
Okay. So when you were a freshman, you came to Platteview as a freshman. What did you think you could bring to the team?
I'll tell you what, I was very nervous coming into the season, and I did not think I was going to do what I did. I think I was just going to help handle the ball, maybe pass out a few dimes, but I just did what I did and scored a lot. That helped the team.
Yeah. I know even when I came to Platteview, everyone was hyping you up, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was probably your biggest doubter. I'm not even gonna lie, but you did impress me. And how is people always talking you up? Does that add any nerves to you or no?
Not really. I really like it. I take it all in and I enjoy it. Kind of makes the game more fun for me, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. So a lot of times, especially when we do this, you go back out there and people have listened to you, watched your video on YouTube, and being able to keep that composure and still go out and play, that excitement's there, knowing that you're being watched, people are talking about you, but it does just create that more competitive vibe that you can get, right?
For sure.
So still dealing with COVID. Do you think playing without really a big crowd this year, do you think that affects anything?
I mean, some games I would say it does, because the crowd can be a game changer. You can be down 10, you guys hit a 3, crowd erupts, and you guys are just feeling it like that. But sometimes I really feel like our bench creates a lot of energy for us. So I think sometimes it does, but sometimes it really doesn't.
Who would you say is your biggest kind of like hype man on the team?
Oof. That's a good one. I got to go with Kale. Definitely Kale. Kale's always standing up when I hit a 3, passing a dime or something like that.
Gotcha. Now, before a game, do you have what's your pre-game artist that you listen to, like to get you hyped?
Get me hyped.
Or to get you focused?
I don't know. I like Drake.
Gotcha. For sure.
So looking at your stats, are you on task or on pace to achieve 1,000 career points?
I am. I think we we probably have at least 10 games left, and I'm at around 820. So I need to average about 19 points a game to get 1,000, I think, something like that.
And you're between 21 and 24 a game, aren't you, right now? So
Yeah,
that should be doable.
For sure.
To go with that, it's an excitement to hit 1,000 points, especially being a sophomore. I was bouncing ideas off of people the other day, and they're saying, well, 1,000 points isn't as exciting as it used to be. Everybody's doing it. But I disagree. That's still a very huge achievement. It takes a lot of talent, a lot of help from not only your teammate, but what you put into the off season, to your drills. 1,000 points is a huge mark, isn't it?
For sure. Especially by my sophomore season. That's why I really wanted to make it a goal.
I agree. Huge, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So this summer you played with John Mitchell at the OSA Showcase, and I was there. Do you believe so he's the only person in your grade that's above you and basically all stats. Do you have a connection with him? Like, do you talk to him at all?
I do not talk to John Mitchell at all. I played with him. He was a nice guy. I really like playing with him. Our games go really hand in hand, I'd say. But I don't really know him like that.
Do you sometimes feel like pressured to like because he just hit 1,000 points? Do you feel kind of like more pressured now to do it since he did it?
Not at all. I'm just gonna keep playing my game, keep doing me.
I feel you. So how do you stay motivated after a loss? Because you guys have lost, I think, 2 games.
Elkhorn and Roncalli,
yeah, 2 games. Yeah, how do you stay motivated?
I mean, me and Tyler, I'd say, and Jack Ewan, 2 seniors and me, both probably the leaders on this team. We kind of get everyone together the next day, talk about it, and then just keep moving forward, keep grinding at practice, working on what we could have done better in games, stuff like that, eliminating mistakes.
For sure.
Have you been playing since youth ball? I mean, obviously you're talented, and I can see it.
I think I started in 2nd grade, something like that, because I wrestled a couple of years before that.
Hey, you definitely picked the right game, instead of wrestling, because I'm not saying that you couldn't have been a wrestler, but you're definitely showing it on the court.
Thank you.
So being from a small town, I would say it's a small town compared to like Omaha and stuff. Yeah. So playing with such a high level AAU team, who's a person that you kind of connected with the most? I'm not sure if you played with them in the past, but like who's somebody that you really you feel like you made a connection with over the summer, first year playing with them?
I would say Caleb Benning, when he used to play up with me. Caleb was a very physical guard, and I was small back then when I played for TNE, so he always pushed me. And then I'd say Jackson Stuvey also. Jackson's one of my great friends, and he's really long and lengthy, so he's good at defense too, and pushes me in practice.
Who was your biggest competitor during practice for both high school and AAU? Well, kind of like competitive, but more who was the toughest person for you to go up against him? That's a better word.
For summer, Josiah, he is so quick on defense. Gotcha. He's a great defender. And then Ezra is probably the best defender I've ever played against, hands down. I hate when Ezra guards me.
What will your off-season training, ball, and camps look like this summer?
Gonna keep working with my shooting coach, Cody. Probably try to get in the gym with Coach Mackey at the factory for a little bit for some individual workouts, and then keep practicing with my dudes at OSA, stuff like that.
Very nice. What's your workouts look like? What's that consist of? So you say you have a shooting coach. What do some of your individual workouts to prepare you not only for next year and your individual goals, but probably to move into the next level at a collegiate level?
For sure. With Cody, my shooting coach, we at least get 100 set shots up, and then we kind of do a percentage out of that. And then we do a bunch of moving threes too to get me because that's when I get to the next level, I don't think I'm going to be driving to the rim and all that. I'm going to be mainly a shooter. So we really focus on that, getting it right, form shooting, stuff like that. And then with Mackey, it's just that ball handling, because my dad's always told me when you get to college, you got to be good at least 3 things. So I'm kind of focusing on ball handling, shooting, and rebounding. But obviously, I need to work on defense a little bit too.
Yeah, good call.
So you said earlier that you consider yourself a leader already as a sophomore. Do you think that do you think having that mindset that usually sophomores don't have, do you think you kind of have been forced to mature, if that makes sense?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. A lot of people have told me I'm a very confident kid, so I don't really back down from anything. I take challenges and try to make the most out of them.
For sure. Who do you think is your biggest? Who is the toughest player that you've had to go up against this year so far?
I'm gonna go with Jake Orr, and he didn't really guard me man to man that much, but he is a freak athlete. Because when I'm rebounding, I usually tip the ball up sometimes, and then I jump faster. I jump quicker than a lot of kids. I tip it and I go back up and get it. But he's the only kid that's been able to match me with rebounding and stuff like that. And when he did guard me, he was pretty good.
For sure. Kind of piggybacking off of that question, who is somebody that you'd want to play with? Anyone, another high school player in the state that you don't already do. Who is somebody that you'd want to play with?
I'm gonna say Jurgens out of Beatrice. He passes the ball extremely well, and I feel like if he drove and kicked, I could get some more threes. You know what I'm saying?
Your freshman year, did you have any honors, honorable mention, all conference, anything? And then how do you gain from that, or that you would like to accomplish this year?
I think I was honorable mention all state for one of the things. I was all ITG first team. I know that. But I mean, looking at some of the stats for all first team last year, Class B, and then looking at my stats this year and hoping what I get to this year, I hope to make first team all Class B. That's one of my goals, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, being from a small town, and you obviously have even freshmen that are even just a year younger than you, and younger kids that are kind of looking up to you, be they don't say I want to be like Mike, they say I want to be Connor Millikan. Do you think that is either added pressure, or do you think that that's fueled your game to do better?
Oh, I definitely think that's fueling my game to do better. I love that stuff, because I remember when I was a little kid, I watched Nate and Brady and Rayshawn grow up, and I as a little kid, I always just dreamed about playing on that floor one day. And now I'm here, and now I'm in the same situation as Nate and Brady, and the kids are looking up to me, and it's awesome. It's an amazing feeling.
For sure.
Definitely. What advice would you give to someone that's idolizing you, someone that wants to play basketball, especially even maybe moved from the elementary to that junior high level? So they're going from junior high into that next high school role. What advice would you give them?
I'd just say what my dad says all the time and keep it plain and simple. 4 things: be able to make free throws, dribble with your left and right hand, make layups, and play defense. You can play varsity high school basketball if you can do those 4 things at a good level.
Well said. Well said.
So are those so what do you think your strengths are as a player and as an athlete and as a person?
My strength as a player, I would say getting to the rim and shooting and creating for others, rebounding also. And then as an athlete, my jumping for sure. I'm not that tall and I can bang out pretty easily. And then as a person, I'd say my leadership sometimes.
Do you feel like being an athlete has improved you as a whole person?
For sure. You learn a lot of lessons with playing sports.
I want to thank Connor for taking the time to visit with us, and we wish him the best of luck to finish out his sophomore season. And I look forward to watching the continued success over the next 2 years and then into his collegiate level. I want to thank all of our followers for listening. And if you enjoy our show, make sure to share with any of your friends out there. You can find me by searching Nebraska Talk on any social site or visit nebraskatalk.com. And Jamin, where can we find you?
You can find me on Omaha 402 Hoops on all social media platforms and 402 Hoops on Twitter, I believe.